Hi, I'm Jason Gorb for ThatShelf.com, and we're here to look at Otis Redding,
Big shelf.
the legend that is Otis Redding, gone far too soon. Died in a tragic plane accident. Absolute monster talent. Helped define the stack sound. Helped put that style of soul music on the map. If you've never had a chance to actually see his performance at Monterey Pop, it's extraordinary. Criterion does a beautiful job actually with the doc, and it has the complete set of him with Booker T and the MGs. It's extraordinary. So many amazing records. Yet we know him as a single artist, but sort of the album tracks also speak so eloquently towards his talent, and the musicianship at play is just phenomenal. We have came out a couple years ago, the Otis Redding definitive studio album collection. And so what I love about stuff when they call things definitive is it gets a little bit complicated, because you're like, well, if this is definitive, this is the only one I need. And of course, we're here talking about a different one. But this is what's included on this one. Basically all the key records, Pain in My Heart, The Great Otis Redding, Otis Blue, the Soul album, My, King and Queen, and Dock of the Bay. These were all the albums that came out during his lifetime. Dock of the Bay obviously released posthumously, and this was going to be, the main Otis Redding box set, definitive, blah blah blah. What does it say on the front? 7 essential studio albums for the King of Soul, includes Otis Blue, Dictionary of Soul, The Dock of the Bay, and more in mono. So here we have this mono set. I, because I'm a lunatic, have the Otis Live in Europe colored vinyl version. We also have this, which is the on Master QRP, the Analog Productions 45 RPM of Otis Redding Sings Soul. This is a stunning recording. We have this, which is really interesting. It was the Dock of the Bay 50th anniversary sessions. So it includes a bunch of other tracks that were recorded in and around the time of that were released again posthumously after the plane crash. We have Otis Tell the Truth. I have, what do we have here? I don't even know why I have this, but I have this copy of this. An old, I guess it's a first pressing New York, first pressing US rather, you know what I mean. And then we have this, which is, again, that entire Monterey set. It was a Record Store Day release on colored vinyl. Wonderful. I'm now into Lou Rawls, and I'm now into Odell Brown. So this is interesting. Here's Odell Brown plays Otis Redding. And this will hurt some of the vinyl people out there, that rather than having Odell Brown under B, I of course have it with my Otis Redding records. So we are here to look at a new box set that sort of touches upon that record, and a little bit that record, which is a new box set to go along with the definitive. And this is now called, boom, Otis Forever, the albums and singles 1968 to 1970. So these are, again, starting with Dock of the Bay and moving forward from there. So whereas the other box set included all the elements in mono, this gives me a chance to have, different versions of the first record, and then a bunch of other that sort of correspond with additional releases. So we have here Dock of the Bay. We have the immortal Otis Redding. Again, if we're if we're worrying about words like definitive, I guess we have to worry about words like immortal. Love Man, that we don't have to argue about. And then the Tell the Truth, which is that record that you saw. And then the singles, which is, I'm always pleased when they actually do singles compilations like this. I love singles material. I do find, particularly on my player, where you have a clamp, it is a schlep to play 45s. People complain about 45 RPM 12-inch LPs where you have to flip it all the time. 45s themselves, even more, I find it even more sometimes tedious to listen to. But that's me. You know, we're all lazy. So let's dig in here. This just sort of arrived today. Interesting, no barcode on here. It does show made in, yeah, I see absolutely no barcode. When I went to put it on Discogs, it only had a different version. I think the one I have is mildly special. I sort of accidentally ordered it from the States instead of through Canada, so I had to pay duty like an idiot. Only now do I realize that Warner Brothers Canada is actually finally selling this stuff. So rather than going through the Rhino stores and stuff like that in the States, Canadians can order. The pricing sort of works out, but you don't have any of the duty stuff. Like, you're paying taxes anyway. This one, at least I didn't have to pay additional fees. So it was basically what I did was I ended up paying tax, but because I was paying with the US, it wasn't as cheap as I needed it to be, or as inexpensive. So, normal box set, does its thing. I keep the shrink on it like a crazy person. Dock of the Bay. Not exactly extraordinarily thick covers, but enough, you know, so this is actually going to fit into a box set. And inside here, we have, this is what's special about this version, because I got it directly from them. Look, they're colorful. So, back in the day, I've mentioned this many times, back in the day, color vinyl was terrible. It's now gotten much better, and sometimes I find, especially on sets like this, that the colored variations, since they're pressed in lower numbers, tend to be having a little bit better QC, especially when it comes to box sets. So we'll actually give this a shot. But there we go. We have Dock of the Bay in stereo. Let's actually prove this once for all, so I'm not crazy, that this Dock of the Bay, if I get them in order, there. Yeah. So there we go. So there's the mono label, the volt label. And here is the stereo label. And you should be able to see variations there. Let's do it that way. Right? So this one in my hand says overtly that it's stereo, and this one does not. So yeah, there we go. So I now have mono and stereo versions of this record. Mono cover, nothing on the bottom. As Volt records with a Volt 419 on the bottom. The stereo, slightly different and a different size of the image on the front. You can see one goes further down the back. That, and obviously, I mean, the most explicit. This says stereo on the top, and this does not. So that's how it moved down. So that's what they did, is they shifted the entire thing down in order for this to be stereo. There we go. Now I have the fancy color vinyl of Dock of the Bay. That is going to clean. I am very pleased to see that this is in polyline paper sleeves, so it's not pure paper sleeve. This is excellent. The vinyl itself looked on first glance pretty clean. We then have the Immortal. What is on here? I got dreams to remember. You made a man of me. Nobody's fault but mine. Hard to handle. Ugh. Mwah. 1,000 miles away. The happy song. Think about it. Waste of time. Champagne and wine. A fool for you and amen. I mean, killer. Killer stuff. And this one in this, ooh, that's a pretty color. That is totally not going to come across on camera, but it's sort of a very light blue gray. Pretty. Not dissimilar, obviously, to what they're going for with the front cover. The yellow and the gold don't really match up, but the silvery blue and the sort of more yellowy gray on the front of this do coordinate. We have here Love Man, Otis Redding. Again, the artwork looks pretty decent. The photo's in good shape. I don't see any dings. Again, marked as stereo. Look at that. I'm a changed man. Your love has lifted me higher and higher. Ugh, I love that song. That's a good idea. I'll let nothing separate us. Direct me, love man. Groove in time. Your feeling is mine. Got to get myself together. Free me. A lover's question. Look at that girl. The personnel is Andrew Jackson and Joe Arnold. Right. Tenor sax is Wayne Jackson. Trumpet Steve Cropper on guitar. Booker T. Jones and Isaac Hayes on organ and piano. Right. So you basically have the core of Booker T and the MGs and everybody else. Donald Duck Dunn on bass, Al Jackson Jr. on drums. Right. I mean, just everything that you want. That's produced by Steve Cropper, posthumously, obviously. Yeah, just stunning. Let's look at what we have. A emerald green, which sort of matches, I guess, the text on here. Just in case you see why randomly they're picking all these different colors. That would be why. I do like when you actually see in vinyl pressing plants, they have all these variations on the wall. It's like picking different colors of candy. Otis Redding, Tell the Truth, that other one that I showed. Demonstration, Tell the Truth, Out of Sight. Give Away My Love. Give Away None of My Love, excuse me. Wholesome Love, a lot of love. I Got the Will, Johnny's Heartbreak, Snatch a Little Piece. Slip and Slide and Match Game, A Little Time, and Swinging on a String. The following is Reminiscences by Steve Cropper. So Steve Cropper with a little quotation on the back. Looking forward to giving this a listen to in this form. And again, a color commensurate with the cover. Actually looks great. Flat. I see no marks. Looks absolutely spotless. The number of times I bought stuff, even from very high-end, I mean, you see it on the channel, where I open the stuff up and it's a bit of a mess. This is wonderful to see that stuff is actually being treated very, very well. And then we have this double gatefold of Otis Redding, the singles. This is lovely. I am super excited about this. So the single 68 to 70. So Sitting in the Dark of the Bay, Sweet Lorraine, The Happy Song, Open the Door. Hard to Handle, Oh Man, I Got Dreams to Remember, Nobody's Fault But Mine, White Christmas, back with Merry Christmas Baby, Papa's Got a Brand New Bag, Oh Baby, Direct Me, A Lover's Question, You Made a Man Out of Me, Love Man Can't Turn You Loose, Free Me, Your Love Has Lifted Me Higher and Higher, Look at the Girl, That's a Good Idea, Demonstration, John's Heartbreak, and Give Away None of My Love, and Snatch a Little Piece. So all there, all included, and let's see, I'm guessing with some sort of bright yellow. Almost like I'm starting to read the codes here. So there is bright yellow on that. On the singles. And I'm guessing by this time, I don't know if these have to be all mono. That is my assumption. And again, the same yellow. So that's our look now at the special limited edition color vinyl version of the latest box set, the post-definitive box set from the legendary, the immortal Otis Redding. Available exclusively online. The black vinyl version is available at local retailers and or online retailers, but this one's only available if you buy direct from the label. Otis Forever, the albums and singles, 1968 to 1970. Hope you enjoyed that. Please let us know in the comments about how we're doing with your vinyl collection these days. Please follow us on social media. Visit us at thatshelf.com. We'd really appreciate it. Subscribe and like the video. That would be great too. We will see you next time. All the best. Take care.